We are nearing the end of the season, and as we do, the MVP races are heating up. So let's talk about them. What's up? Welcome back to the official review. I'm Johnny, that's Steve, and today we're talking about the MVP races in the MLB. We got two really tight races right now, if you look at it that way. In the AL, it's a tight race between Raleigh, who's having a transcendent season this year as the catcher in Seattle, already breaking the single-season home run record for catchers. And then you have Aaron Judge, who is having another phenomenal year for the Yankees. Then moving to the NL, we have who is presumed to be the favorite all year long, Shohei Ohtani, who once again is having an amazing year. And oh, by the way, he also pitches. But coming up out of the rear, Kyle Schwarber is making a case for himself. Last week, he had a 4-home run game, the third of this season. He has 49 home runs this year, batting .245 with a .943 OPS. So let's talk about it. Who do you think will win MVP in the MLB? So let's just talk about the AL MVP race first, because I think that's the one that's actually a contested race. So between Judge and Raleigh, Judge on the year is hitting .325 to Raleigh's .242, so almost an 80-point difference there. Raleigh has 8 more home runs than Judge does. RBI, I don't really care about, honestly, as a stat. I don't know how you feel about RBI.
I actually think RBIs are underrated. I think it went from an overrated stat to an underrated stat because, look, when there's guys in scoring position, there's added pressure. And I think to be able to hit when there's added pressure is a skill, is very important. So I think RBIs are actually very underrated.
Well, despite RBIs, I mean, it's a 10 RBI difference between the two. If you look beyond RBIs too, OPS, Judge has an 1,113 OPS. To Raleigh's .933. He has, despite even having fewer home runs than Raleigh does, Judge has almost 100 higher point on base percentage and slugging percentage than Raleigh. Now, I think where the debate really comes into play is A, defense. Raleigh is actually a superb defensive catcher, and B, the fact that he is a catcher. You're getting a lot of this value from a position that normally doesn't see this. As I said before, he already broke the single season record for home runs with 51. Oh, by the way, he still has a month left to play. So what do you think? Does that play a factor, or is Judge's year just too good? And is he too valuable to the Yankees to be considered elsewhere?
I think, look, I think Kyle Raleigh, the fact that he is a catcher and amazing at it and he can throw guys out is absolutely extremely valuable and should go into this heavily. But I also think you have to think about is Aaron Judge missed a lot of games. I don't know. What is the difference between missed games between the two of them? This season.
So Judge has played 128 games. Raleigh has played in 136. So it's only 8 difference.
Okay. So it's actually not as big as I would have thought.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah. I think I lean Raleigh. Maybe it's just because I want to see something new. Obviously, Judge hits for a higher average, but Raleigh's been the guy. And yeah, like you said, to get that out of your catcher position is just absolutely crazy. It's kind of like in fantasy football, having a really good tight end. It's just like there's a huge drop off at that position, and he's just by far the best one. So I think to be able to get that from your catcher is extremely valuable. So my pick for AL MVP this year is 100% Kyle Raleigh.
Yeah, I think when looking at this, a lot of it does come down to voter fatigue. You know, you look at this is commonplace in all the sports. Lamar Jackson puts up eye-popping numbers this year, probably his best season of all time. It gets brushed to the side because we've seen it, kind of like this before. Nikola Jokic puts up eye-popping numbers once again this year, probably one of his best seasons of all time. Doesn't win MVP because we've seen this all before. Aaron Judge may be having considerably his best season yet. If you take out the home runs, he has, but tied outside of last year, which was his best season. This is his second highest OPS all time. He is still putting up these amazing numbers, the likes of which haven't been seen since Barry Bonds. I just think, yes, Raleigh does a lot of really cool things, especially coming from a catcher, especially from a switch hitter, because that's also fun. But it's Aaron Judge's year to lose. I mean, he is just so far ahead from anyone in terms of what he can do with the bat. It's amazing. He hasn't had an OPS lower than 1,000 since 2021. Like, it's truly amazing what he's doing right now. And I think he for sure deserves to win MVP this year. and it might cement himself as one of the, honestly greatest of all time soon, because again, these numbers that he's putting up are absolutely insane. Now he has to do this for longer to really hit that upper echelon of athletes, but he's getting there. He is on pace, man. Like, I think Mike Trout got a lot of love in his day, rightfully so. But I think what Aaron Judge is doing now is even more impressive.
I think he's the best player since 2010. I know he didn't play in 2010, but like, I think if you basically after Bonds' prime, I think Aaron Judge has been the best baseball player we've seen.
It's an interesting, Aaron Judge in his prime or Mike Trout in his prime. Who would you take? It's a very interesting question.
I think I would take Judge. I mean, it's kind of hard to say because Trout's prime is like kind of been a little bit past him, even though we still expect him to be pretty good. But Judge is just absolutely crazy. I feel like, the year where he hit how many home runs? Did he hit 60 home runs one season? Like
Judge topped out at 62 in 2022.
He had 62 home runs. He broke Roger Maris's record, which some people consider to be the actual record given the whole steroids thing. So I think Aaron Judge is 100% the best, has had a better career than Mike Trout. Absolutely.
I mean, not to put any disrespect on Mike Trout's name, from 2012 to 2019, so 8 seasons, he put up 70.1 WAR as a player because he's so good offensively and defensively. Batted over 1,000 for 7 seasons consecutively. I mean, not bad. I mean, OPS over 1,000. Judge in 10 years has not had as much WAR as Trout had in his peak. Now, Judge is still in his prime, certainly, and if it goes on for 3 more years, 2022 was almost an 11-win player. In 2024, he was almost an 11-win player. This year, he won't be an 11-win player, but he'll be like a 9-win player by the end of the year, maybe 8.5. So, I don't know. He could still have that peak. It's an interesting question. I think
we're a little.
I would take Judge too. I think I would take Judge too, just because of how far ahead his bat is. I mean, Trout never had a season like what he's doing this year or last year or in 2022. And the thing with Judge is like his health was a big issue for a big part of his career. Besides 2024, when he had, besides 2023, sorry, when he only played 106 games, he's been 155 games plus every season since 2022. So, he's staying on the field. His bat is unparalleled. So yeah, I think I'd take Judge too.
It's also like a little tricky because like A, Judge has been on better teams, and B, he's in New York, so he's in the spotlight way more, and he's just a more marketable guy in my opinion. But I mean, when you put the numbers like that with the WAR with Trout, I mean, look,
Trout was very good.
Trout is absolutely very good, and it's all just about how you weigh defense in this debate, really, because I think Judge is clearly the better batter. So like, I'm definitely taking Judge.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a much closer debate than people think. I mean, when Trout was doing what he was doing, he was younger. 2019, he was in his age 27 season. Judge is at 33 right now. So it shifts things because Judge came up older. Trout was 19 when he debuted. Or maybe he was just turned 20. It was his age 19 season. So yeah, I think it's a very interesting debate. I don't really see people talking about it much.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
This is where I think that somehow Aaron Judge is slightly underrated, because I don't think people really encapsulate how crazy the stats are he's putting up.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just because like baseball just isn't as big in like the Twitter sphere as like an NBA is. Where like NBA, everyone's always talking about, oh, this guy's the GOAT, this guy's the best, this guy's the best. Baseball is kind of like, it's baseball fans who talk about it. So maybe it just doesn't reach that same level of like national attention that some like football and basketball reach. Because Judge is doing is absolutely crazy. He's like one of the best athletes of the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's also because like how baseball's watched, and you don't really compare apples in the same way as you do in basketball. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not exactly the same merit-based.
Trout doesn't pitch to Judge and Judge doesn't pitch to Trout. You know what I mean? Like SGA could be guarding, we'll just throw in Jason Tatum. Like, it's tougher to compare guys head to head, although they do the same stuff. They swing at pitches that are very fast, but it is tougher to compare. Although we compare quarterbacks all the time. Yeah. But it's a little different because it's like the quarterback is pretty much the main reason for the outcome of the game.
Moving on to more comparisons. Yes. We're going to look in the NL next. And this one's a little bit more baffling to me as a debate, but we'll talk about it anyway. I've been seeing it more and more on the internet. Kyle Schwarber's MVP debate. Can he take it from Ohtani? Now, Kyle Schwarber is having a career year this year, which is perfect for him because it's a contract year. On the season, he's hitting 245, 943 OPS, 943 OPS is a career high, 49 home runs, career high. And as I said, 4 home run game last week, 119 RBI leading the league. So some eye-popping numbers. But let's just talk about Shohei Ohtani real quick. And just how god dang good he is. Yeah. Because he just really is something else. So this year, he is batting 279 with a 610 slugging, 998 OPS, almost 1,000 OPS, which is leading the NL. He has 46 home runs, 87 RBI. And I think the most interesting part about this is that he did come back and pitch this year while recovering from Tommy John. And he rehabbed in the majors so that he wouldn't lose his bat, as he had to go to the minors to rehab his elbow. Oh. So he pitched while coming back from major injury in the majors. And he's been great in his last couple of starts since coming back more full strength. On the year, his ERA is a little bit higher, a little bit more inflated, 4.18 ERA, but 44 strikeouts in 32 innings. I just have a hard time giving the MVP to anyone else when Ohtani is playing the way that he is.
He's definitely the more incredible player, and he's having the more incredible season, even though we've seen him pitch and hit before. And I think for Schwarber to win the MVP over Ohtani, he's got to have September needs to keep going. It can't stop now and level off. He probably needs to hit, I want to see 57 home runs, something like that.
I think he needs more than that. I think he needs to hit another 14 home runs, have a huge September, really carry the Phillies.
That would be absolutely insane. That's like hitting.
I mean, he's done it before. He's had a 16 home run month before.
If he does that, I think he gets it because that gets him to 65 home runs. If he hits 65 home runs, I think if he even breaks what Judge did, if he hits 63, I think he probably gets it. Ohtani's pitched 11 starts, I think. The Phillies and the Dodgers are pretty much neck and neck. I think the Phillies have 2 more wins, but unless you have voter fatigue, I think it's pretty clear that the more valuable player, which is what the award's about, is Shohei Ohtani.
I agree with that. I just don't think there's anyone who can give you more value than a guy who hits 1,000 OPS, which arguably is the second or third best hitter in baseball, and pitches to a 4.18 ERA, coming back from Tommy John.
Yes, and it's extremely valuable, not just his ERA is just a 4, whatever. It's but this dude fills a rotation spot. You know what I mean? It's extremely valuable, not to have a bullpen game in that spot. It's no, we have Shohei Ohtani who can pitch, he's only done 32 innings, you said?
Yeah.
Hey, come playoff time, maybe he stretches that out a little bit. They're probably being a little cautious with him. He's extremely valuable.
And, his last start was his first start going 5. So they've been, first 2 starts was 1 inning. Then he went 2 innings. Then he went 3 innings. Then he went 4 innings. So his last start was the first time he pitched 5 innings. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 9 strikeouts.
So they've basically been bullpen games, except instead of with a random bullpen pitcher, you're starting with Shohei Ohtani.
So, that's probably how they use him in the playoffs. Let him pitch a little bit and then get to the bullpen. Their bullpen is not the best, so maybe it's not the best strategy. Maybe you can use him out of the bullpen. I don't know. They've done it before. Team Japan did it with him against Mike Trout when he closed the World Baseball Classic.
So clearly he can close games. Yeah, exactly. He can be used as a pitcher in extremely valuable ways. You can't freaking throw Kyle Schwarber in there to pitch. So
you could try. I wonder.
You could try. Yeah, maybe if they're honestly just to help his MVP case, if the Phillies are getting blown out 13-0 or something, give Schwarber an inning. Let's see what he's got. Let him get a chance.
Listen, if he strikes out the side and is hitting 97 on the corners, you know what? I'll give him MVP.
Yes, if Schwarber can strike out the side and reach 63 home runs, 100% my NL MVP. But until then, my MVP is Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. And the one more thing, Trey Turner has a higher WAR than Kyle Schwarber does. Trey Turner, his teammate, is having 4th best season by Fangraphs WAR, F-WAR.
That's a bit of a comeback year. Am I wrong?
I think it's a little bit more of an up year. He's just so valuable because he's a great defender. He's fast. He can do a lot.
Unreal base runner. Beyond the speed, just the decisions he makes on the base path.
I got a little bit of a trivia game here about Kyle Schwarber. So my friends and I were debating over the weekend whether or not Kyle Schwarber will be a Hall of Famer if he gets to 500 home runs.
I think if he hits 500, I think he does, but go on.
Here's my question. Who has more career WAR, Kyle Schwarber or this player? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber or Bobby Witt Jr.? Bobby Witt Jr. has played 4 seasons. Kyle Schwarber has played 11 seasons.
I'm going to go with Bobby Witt just because of the smaller sample size, and I know he does his numbers are absolutely crazy. He does everything.
The answer is Bobby Witt Jr.
No doubt. Gold Glover and Silver Slugger, like you got to think that's going to...
In 4 seasons has higher career WAR than Kyle Schwarber does.
He's a monster.
Who has a higher career WAR, Kyle Schwarber or Julio Rodriguez?
I'm going to go with Kyle Schwarber.
The answer is Julio Rodriguez.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let me find one.
Never know this year, right?
I think so. I think Julio, in terms of B WAR, Julio Rodriguez is a 5.3 B WAR. Schwarber has 4.3.
Damn.
Because Schwarber is such a bad fielder. He really is one of the worst fielders in baseball, which hurts him because it's a half of the game. I mean,
he's a power hitter. That's what he is.
Yeah, he does 3 things: walk, strikeout, or homer. Who has a higher career WAR, Corbin Carroll or Kyle Schwarber?
I'm gonna guess it's Corbin Carroll just based off this game.
It's not. It's Kyle Schwarber.
Okay.
Well, that's my argument, is that Schwarber just does one thing and he hits homers. I mean,
yeah, I think here's the thing. He's been on a lot of great teams and he's been in a lot of big spots and he's done a lot of great things in his big spots. So he's always just relevant, which really helps his case, if you know what I mean. He was with the Cubs, Sox, Phillies. If he gets another World Series, I think it really helps him, especially if he hits 500 home runs. He's at the very minimum in the Hall of Very Good. But
yeah, he's at 333 right now. He's 32. He probably has 6 or 7 more seasons to play. If he keeps at the pace he's been at the last couple years, he'll get it.
Oh yeah.
And
he doesn't field. He's just a power bat. I think he'll be swinging until he's 36 pretty well. So
yeah. Well, who do you think will win the MVPs? Let us know in the comments below.